You lock the door. Not because anything is wrong, not because you need help, but because for the first time all day, nobody is asking you a question. No boss, no toddler, no phone call from the bank. No, can you take out the trash? No, where are my keys? No tiny voice yelling from another room like the house is on fire because the Wi-Fi stopped working. Just a closed door, a glowing phone, a bathroom fan humming like white noise from another planet. And somewhere outside that door, someone is wondering, why is he still in there? It is one of the quietest mysteries inside modern marriage. Not dramatic enough for therapy, not serious enough for a fight, but common enough to become a joke. Married men, somehow, seem to disappear into the bathroom. 10 minutes becomes 20, 20 becomes 40. The house keeps moving around them. Dinner cools, kids scream, a partner knocks once, then twice, and from inside comes the ancient reply. Almost done. But here is where it gets strange. For many men, the bathroom is not really about the bathroom. It is the last room in the house where a man can vanish without explaining why. In American homes, privacy has become strangely rare. We live in houses with bedrooms, offices, garages, basements, backyards, and still, somehow, almost every space is shared, interrupted, or expected to serve someone else. The couch is not private. The kitchen is not private. The bedroom is not always private. Even the garage, once the mythical kingdom of dads and half-finished projects, has become a storage unit with a lawnmower in it. But the bathroom still carries one old rule. If the door is closed, people hesitate. They may be annoyed, they may be suspicious, they may roll their eyes, but they hesitate. And that hesitation is powerful. Because in marriage, especially with children, uninterrupted time becomes almost sacred. Not because love disappears, but because life fills every empty space. A man may spend all day being useful. Useful at work, useful in traffic, useful with bills, useful with repairs, useful as a father, useful as a husband, useful as the person who carries heavy things and pretends not to be tired. Then he walks into the bathroom.
And for a few minutes, he is not useful. He is just there. But the story goes deeper than escape. Scientists who study stress often talk about something called decompression. The body can stay activated long after the stressful event is over. A tense meeting ends, a long commute ends, a crying child finally sleeps. But the nervous system does not instantly get the message. It keeps scanning, it keeps bracing, it keeps preparing for the next demand. So the bathroom becomes a strange little airlock between worlds. A man enters as an employee, father, husband, bill payer, problem solver. He sits down, he scrolls, he breathes, and slowly he returns to being a person. That may sound ridiculous until you notice how many modern people now use screens not for entertainment, but for emotional anesthesia. Not pleasure, but pause. The phone in the bathroom is not always a toy. Sometimes it is a shield against noise, against expectation, against the next task arriving too quickly. And here is the uncomfortable part. The longer he stays, the more people outside the door may need him.
Which makes the bathroom feel even more valuable and even harder to leave. This is the contradiction. The bathroom is not peaceful because it is beautiful. It is peaceful because it is defended. No one says, "Why are you taking so long in the living room?" No one knocks on the garage door and says, "Are you actually organizing tools?" But the bathroom has an excuse built into it. It gives privacy a socially acceptable costume. And married men are not the only ones who do this. Mothers hide in cars. Teenagers disappear into showers. Office workers take long walks to the vending machine. People sit in parked cars after arriving home, hands still on the wheel, engine off, staring through the windshield. It is not laziness. It is the human need for a space where nobody can reach you. But marriage makes this need complicated. Because when one person escapes, the other person may feel abandoned. A wife outside the bathroom might not be thinking about psychology. She might be thinking, "I have been with the kids for an hour." She might be thinking, "I don't get to disappear like that." She might be thinking, "Why does his break come at my expense?" And she may be right. That is why this mystery is not just funny, it is tender. Because behind the locked door, there may be exhaustion. And outside the locked door, there may be exhaustion too. Two people can both be tired. Two people can both need silence.
two people can both feel unseen, and one closed door can become a symbol for all of it. But here is where the common belief starts to fall apart. Most people assume married men spend more time in the bathroom because they are avoiding responsibility. Sometimes, yes. Let's not turn every long bathroom trip into a poem. Sometimes he is watching sports highlights. Sometimes he is reading comments. Sometimes he is playing a game. Sometimes he truly has no idea how much time has passed. But avoidance is only the surface. The deeper question is not why is he hiding? The deeper question is why does he feel the bathroom is the only place he is allowed to stop? That is the reversal. The bathroom is not always a hiding place from marriage. Sometimes it is a hiding place inside a life where men were never taught how to ask for rest. Many men grow up learning that needing space sounds weak. They may not say, I am overstimulated. They may not say, I need 20 minutes alone. They may not say, I am overwhelmed and I don't know how to re-enter the room gently. So the body finds a simpler sentence. I have to go to the bathroom. It is primitive. It is believable. It does not require emotional vocabulary. And no one can fully argue with it. Historically, men had more public spaces to decompress. Barbershops, porches, workshops, union halls, bowling leagues, late-night diners, the quiet drive home before everyone was reachable. These places were not always healthy. They were not always fair, but they gave men a place to exist beside other men without constantly explaining themselves. Modern life compressed those rituals. Work followed people home through phones. Friendships became harder to schedule. Neighborhood spaces weakened. Leisure became something you have to justify. So the old male cave did not disappear. It just got smaller. It got tile floors, a towel rack, a charging cable, and a lock. But the strangest part may be what happens in the mind during those extra minutes. Scrolling in the bathroom can create a tiny illusion of control. Online, he chooses the next video, the next post, the next headline, the next distraction. In the rest of life, choices can feel heavier. Mortgage or rent, deadlines, aging parents, marriage tension, health worries, money that leaves faster than it arrives. But on the phone, the thumb decides. Up, down, next, back. A little kingdom of control, measured in pixels. That is why just 5 more minutes can become half an hour. Not because the content is meaningful, but because leaving means re-entering a world full of requests. Then requests are not bad. They are the proof of belonging. But even belonging can be loud. There is also a biological layer. Bathrooms are associated with relief, routine, and lowered vigilance. Warm light, repetition, solitude, a predictable environment. The brain likes predictable places. It relaxes when it knows the rules. And in a home full of moving people, the bathroom may be the most predictable room in the house. Nobody is asking him to perform there. Nobody is watching his face. Nobody is measuring his mood. Nobody needs him to be funny, strong, decisive, romantic, patient, or emotionally available. For a few minutes, he can have no expression at all. That matters more than people admit, because adulthood often becomes a theater of faces. The work face, the dad face, the husband face, the calm face, the I'm fine face. The bathroom mirror may be the only audience that does not demand a performance.
But then comes the cost. A private refuge can quietly become a private habit. A habit can become a wedge. The more one person disappears, the more the other person feels left behind. The more they criticize, the more he disappears. The more he disappears, the more they criticize. And suddenly, the bathroom is no longer a room. It is a negotiation neither person remembers starting. The solution is not timing someone with suspicion, and it is not pretending everyone needs the exact same kind of rest. The deeper solution is naming the thing honestly. Not, why are you always in there? But, are you getting the quiet you need? And also, when do I get mine? Because the real issue was never the toilet, or the phone, or the locked door. It was the unequal distribution of silence. Every marriage has visible labor. Dishes, laundry, bills, school pickups. But it also has invisible recovery. Who gets to reset? Who gets to zone out? Who gets to be unreachable? Who gets to fall apart quietly and return when ready? A healthy home does not eliminate the need to disappear. It makes disappearance less secret. Maybe the bathroom is funny because it reveals something too honest. That even in love, people need a door. Even in a family, people need a self. Even in a full house, loneliness and solitude are not the same thing. One drains you, the other gives you back. So the next time a married man vanishes into the bathroom, maybe the question is not only what is taking so long. Maybe the better question is what part of his day never gave him permission to breathe. And maybe outside that same door, someone else is waiting for permission too. Because in the end, the mystery is not why men stay in the bathroom. The mystery is why so many people need a locked door before they feel allowed to be alone. And sometimes the smallest room in the house becomes the only place big enough to hold the person we are when nobody needs us.